Welcome to the Portal Cargo Bike assembly video. First off, I want to say thank you for purchasing a Portal Cargo Bike. The profits from this purchase are applied to empowering entrepreneurs in Nepal to create small businesses and pathways out of poverty. It's an incredible purchase and we cannot say thank you enough. In this video, we're going to go through the steps of unboxing your bicycle, getting it put together, and getting you on the road as quickly as possible so you can enjoy this amazing bicycle. Let's get into it. So the first step in building your bicycle is to unbox it. You're going to find the top side of this box by locating the place where we've drilled a hole for the axle. Lay the box down, and then using either a Phillips screwdriver or a drill, you're going to want to remove all of the screws on the top side of this box. After removing all of the screws from this top cover, we're going to set it aside to reveal your Portal Cargo Bike. The next step is to remove this bike from the box and take off all of the protective wrapping.
Once the protective wrapping is removed, you should have something that looks about like this. The frame set, a front wheel, a rear wheel, a front fender, a seat post and seat assembly, the rear rack and kickstand, running boards, the rear rack or kickstand base, pedals, a handful of nuts and bolts, and a few reflectors. The first thing you want to do is install the front handlebars. After installing the handlebars, the next step is the seat post. Following the seat post, you'll install the rear rack, and we recommend gently hand tightening the bolts on the lower portion of the rack first, and then rocking it into position. This part can be a little bit tricky, so be patient with yourself. Once you have the rack aligned with the rest of the frame, go ahead and tighten those 4 bolts down. Next, you'll install the top running board. Each of those bolts should already be in their position, so they'll be easy to figure out. Tighten those into place, and then get ready to install the rear wheel. Slide it into its dropouts and tighten with a 15mm wrench. The same goes for the front wheel. And when installing, make sure you get the safety washers locked into position before tightening the wheel. Check the front brake and make sure that it's working appropriately. The next step will be the front fender. The bolts on the legs of the fork should be in position and easy to find. You'll use a long bolt slid through the front reflector, through the fork, and through the small bracket that holds the front stabilizer spring. For the fork legs, you'll use the small bolts that you've removed previously to install the arms. After tightening the fender into position, you're going to do one of the most difficult pieces, which is the stabilizer spring. We recommend using a set of locking pliers and installing the protective plastic afterwards. With your pedals, there's a right and a left side. The right side threads clockwise, and the left pedal will thread anti or counterclockwise. We recommend adding a bit of grease to the threads here, and you can tighten those up with a 15mm wrench. The rear brakes should come adjusted from the factory, but you might need to make a few minor adjustments at home. Likewise, the rear derailleur should come adjusted from our factory here in Nepal. If it's not running quite smoothly, you may need to make a few minor adjustments. Next, you'll install the base of the kickstand. It's held in place with 2 pinch bolts. Slide the kickstand base in, snug the pinch bolts down, and then you can install the rubber grip. You might need a little hairspray or soapy water to make this process easier. Next up is installing the rear reflector on the running boards. Make sure you put this on to keep your precious cargo safe. Each of the running boards will slide into the running board sleeves and are held in position with a pinch bolt, similar to the one on the kickstand. Make sure the running board's straight and tighten those pinch bolts down to hold everything in place.
All right, with those steps complete, your Portal cargo bike should be ready to ride. If you guys have any questions on the assembly process, please do not hesitate to shoot us an email. We'd be happy to help you get this thing together. If you're having any challenges that you can't overcome getting your bicycle tuned and dialed in, your local bike shop is an incredible resource to help with details just like that. Finally, I want to say thank you guys for purchasing a Portal cargo bike and helping empower entrepreneurs in Nepal to create pathways out of poverty. Enjoy.